What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we're going to be talking about another custom knife factory knife. I know I've had a lot on the channel here lately, but it's because I love them. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Okay, first things first, this knife. This is the Custom Knife Factory. And now this is so weird because I really don't know if I need to call this the Makosha or the Veksha 2.0, because the name is in, when you look at a Custom Knife Factory, they're both there, and I'm really not sure. I had no idea this knife existed, but this knife was provided to the channel by my good friend Kyle Lanyard, the second best Kyle in the community. I give him hell all the time, and I say that all the time. Kyle is a really wonderful friend. We've sent knives back and forth, and he's helped me out on the channel. He's just a really cool dude, very knowledgeable dude. He is a big guy, so he likes the bigger knives, and so we can definitely relate to that. He sent me the muscle, the CKF muscle, and now this is the other one that he sent me, which is the Makosha, Veksha. Now, and that's the reason I say it, because it says both on the website. And I know there's like a history of this particular knife of like the first generation where they had like a squirrel on there. This is like a fox. So I'm not exactly sure the whole history. I know it was an original Russian knife, and now, of course, you know, CKF, I did it again, is a Russian company. And it's a company that I really have fallen in love with. I have the 520, I have the Evolution, which are collaborations with other designers that Custom Knife Factory does. And every one that I have touched has been amazing. This one is no exception. Let's go ahead and get a good look at this guy so you can see. Look at this beautiful hand rub satin on this clip point style blade. The wonderful dark bronzed titanium that I am just really, really in love with. I love this color. I want every knife to be in that color. And then, of course, this carbon fiber insert that we have there with what is a fox on there. Deep carry blackened titanium pocket clip. There's your lanyard hole. The pocket clip is reversible, so you can actually take it off of there and put it on the other side, which is really nice. You usually can't do that with other designs coming out of Custom Knife Factory, so that's really cool. Lefties rejoice. Kevin, there you go. This knife didn't know existed, and I was very surprised whenever Kyle sent it to me. This was one that I didn't know he was sending. I knew he was sending the muscle. So, as you can see, this thing has a nail nick. So it has that traditional style look, but very, very modern knife. So this one, nail nick, you open it like this. Kind of boring, but yes, you can do that. But this is a fidgety knife without a hole and without the thumb studs. And the reason I say that is because the detent on this thing allows me to put my finger right there on that nail nick and flick it out with a reverse flick, and it is so satisfying. That is so much fun. Matter of fact, he said he was sending him something that reverse flicked better than most of his knives, and when I saw those, what the hell is he talking about? But he ain't wrong. Oh my gosh, is that so much fun. And then, of course, in typical Custom Knife Factory fashion, the action, freaking amazing. They just do one hell of a job, and I can't recommend their knives enough. You know, look, now most of them that you will see on Custom Knife Factory are collaborations with other makers, other designers, and they're almost always limited runs. This one is number 179. Let's see if you can see that. And I don't know how many were made, but oh, just freaking look at this thing. It is just a beautiful, beautiful knife. And it's actually, you know, pretty decent size. It's a you know, a Kyle sized knife, and I say that for me and for Kyle Lanyard because this is his. You can also do the front flip on this guy. So there's multiple deployment methods, and the action is typical Custom Knife Factory action. So it makes this a very, very fun knife to carry in your pocket. It is very, very cool. I love the clip point style blade and the kind of classic looking traditional style knife with modern materials, a decent size. I mean, it does have a Steel lock bar insert that travels as an over travel stop. Now this is technically a frame lock. I wouldn't call it a liner lock, but it's a frame lock with the carbon fiber on the outside. So I don't really know what you'd call it. You know, a frame lock, bolster lock. It doesn't have a bolster, but it does have the inlay. So, but it acts like a liner lock / frame lock. So we'll just put it that way. So, but this knife was so much fun to carry. I really enjoyed it. The shape of the handle is kind of, it's neutral enough, but it has this area right here, which can be dangerous. So if I put my index finger right up here next to the blade, this thing feels amazing. My two back fingers feel that area that is cut out, and it is so comfortable, so comfortable. Now, if I back up a little bit, just a little bit, my pinky goes and hits on this little area, so that is kind of problematic when I have it choked back position. But if I'm a choked up position, this right here feels excellent. I don't feel the pocket clip. The pocket clip works really well. Like I said, it is actually deep carry, so a lot of people are going to love that. This knife, I don't really know how much they were from Custom Knife Factory, and I'll be honest with you, I don't ever see these on the secondary market, so I really don't know what these things are going for right now, and like I said, I don't know how many they actually made, but it is a very, very good knife that is just different from most of the knives in my collection because it is a traditional style with modern materials that works. It's fidgety with a nail nick. It's fidgety with a nail nick, and that made me happy right off the bat whenever I first took this out and started to play with it. When I first took it out in unboxing, I didn't realize about the reverse flick, really. And then I don't think this was intended to be a front flipper, but it works very well as a front flipper. So multiple ways to deploy. I absolutely love that. Fit and finish is always nice with Custom Knife Factory. The milling that they do to create the fox there is really nice. Being in the machining business and stuff, I think it could have been done better. Maybe that's just me being really, really picky, but the carbon fiber always really, really good quality. And you see that little design feature around the pivot, and the pivot is actually a flathead. Don't see that very often. You usually see Torx. So that's pretty cool. However, flatheads to me are kind of scary. Of course, I don't take this knife apart because it's not mine. Because you really need to get a good fit driver, the flathead, to be able to get in there and not wear it out and mar it up. So that's kind of cool and not kind of cool depending on how much you take your knives apart. This thing is dead centered. I'm telling you, this bronze color, like I really want this bronze color on almost everything I've got. I don't know how they do it. I don't know, the process to get the scales, the backspacer and all that, that color, but it looks so amazing. So this knife, ergonomically, it's a win in one position. It's not as comfortable in the choked back position, but I don't ever carry it like that. The materials are great. This is M390 carbon fiber and titanium. So it's just a really, really well put together knife. And I want to say, they had I saw a video where they had a run of these where it was like $265. And if I could pick this up for $265, I'd do it all day, every day. I doubt that's the case now. It was some kind of, when I saw the video, it was a guy who was catching their Black Friday sale, and I was like, holy crap. So I don't really know how much these are. I kind of wish I did, but I really couldn't find any. So I can't tell you. I do like the fact that on the carbon fiber, the hardware is black, so you really don't even notice that hardware. That was a good move. I believe on the previous iteration of this knife, that was not the case from what I understand. So Custom Knife Factory, they're learning. When they have a model and they see something that people don't like, they actually do change it. So I love Custom Knife Factory. Mike over there, I've never had an opportunity to talk to him personally, but I have emailed them, the Custom Knife Factory folks, and they are super nice. They are super helpful. All of the Custom Knife Factory knives come with extra hardware, pocket clip, bearing. I mean, it's just, I love what they do. They come in these really nice pouches. He sent me, Kyle sent me over 2 Custom Knife Factory knives in this pouch, but that's the kind of pouch that you get. I believe when this knife was out, it was a different one. It was like the red, white, and blue pouch, but you still got all the hardware and everything. So, golly, I really fell in love with this knife. I carried the muscle quite a bit whenever I first got it, and so that review came first because that is really, really nice. It was a one-off custom knife factory muscle, Tashi Baruchi design. Hope I say that right. I keep on forgetting how to pronounce his name, but I really, really love that knife. And so this one kind of took a place in the back because I carried that one first. But man, is it nice. It's just, you know, the fact that it wouldn't be as nice to me if the nail nick and the detent on this thing did not allow me to do the reverse flick. That is a game changer for me on this knife because it's something so different. When you look at this knife and you see nail nick, you would never think that. But it really does reverse flick like better than some of the ones with holes. And I know it's hard to believe. But I just put my fat of my finger there. You can put your nail in there because it's such a deep nail nick. But I don't even do that. I just have the fat of my finger and just flick it out. So, I mean, the detent is set up good for that. Yeah, you can shake it out, but it takes a lot to do it. So I think the detent is perfect for what you're getting. So let's go ahead, flip the camera around, get you some good size comparisons and a better look at this beautiful, beautiful Russian custom knife factory, Makosha. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah. All right, let's get a good look at this guy. Oh, just freaking beautiful. I mean, come on. This color, man, I tell you what. And of course, the wonderful carbon fiber. They source their carbon fiber through a Russian company that is just some of the best in the world. Look at this. Hey, there's a good look. So you can get the Torx bit out of here and flip this around to be on the other side. So that is really cool. I'm glad they designed it that way. You do have a lanyard. For you lanyard guys out there, there is your pretty much a full backspacer. It goes about 75% of the way down. So yeah, I freaking love it. Now, one of the best features of this knife is the wonderful hand satin blade. Come on, camera. I love Custom Knife Factory's hand satin blades. My 523 is a hand satin blade, and they do such a good job. Oh, it just makes this blade so beautiful. This clip point style blade, it just, oh, it's just beautiful. I really, really, really love this guy. I don't know if this is one that I would see and automatically be drawn to, but as soon as I got it in hand, I was like, God almighty, this thing is sweet. Just look at that action. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And it is not a small knife. You know, it's definitely a larger knife. It does have an overall length of 8.46 inches with a blade length of 3.62. The blade thickness is about 140 thousandths, 137, 140 thousandths in 390 blade with a hand satin. It has a handle length of about 4.72, the handle thickness of about a little over a ½ inch, and then the blade thickness behind the edge is around 21 thousandths. So I've definitely seen thinner, but it's definitely a slicer. This thing cuts amazingly. Of course, you know, I do just my regular EDC task whenever I have somebody's knife in my possession. So that is things like cutting boxes open, cutting a few slices of cardboard, some, you know, maybe some zip ties, stuff like that. And this knife performed amazingly. Really, really solid lockup on this thing. The jimping up here is basically non-existent because it's very shallow. It's not sharp. I don't really feel much grip. However, it is enough grip for me to do that front flip I was telling you about. So that's about the only use that I got out of the jimping, because I choke up on the blade and my thumb was away from that jimping, even though, I mean, like I said, it's not grippy at all. So this thing fills my hand and fits my hand really perfectly with the way I grip it here. As you can see, got a little bit standing off. And then, like I said, if I choke back, my pinky is right on that little portion. And so, yep, if I choke up, put it past that, oh, man, feels really, really good. Let's go ahead and put some size comparisons. Here it is against the Spyderco PM2, just a little bit longer than that PM2. You know, relatively same as far as the width here. It's a little bit thicker than the PM2 because it is, you know, kind of contoured with the way that they milled this. The other knife, I wanted to bring this out because I love, this is the kind of bronze, man, I tell you that I really love. This is the Chavez 229 with this really cool bronzed handle. But as you can see, they're pretty similar. The The Custom Knife Factory has it by just a hair. Love this hand satin. This is Riot's hand satin, and this is Custom Knife Factory's hand satin, which may be made by Riot, I don't know. But very, very nice on both. The only other Custom Knife Factory that I have in my possession, it's in my collection because my other one's gone. And here it is against the Custom Knife Factory Evolution. This is the first generation. They do have a second one that's smaller. There is the size comparison there, so not too far off. You know, it's a pretty decent sized knife. This is what I call my grail. I've been looking for this knife for a long time, so definitely stay tuned for the full review of that guy. So yeah, all in all, I just really love this blade. It's a good size. It's made by a company that I'm absolutely falling in love with. They do such a beautiful, wonderful job on everything that I have handled by them. It's really refreshing and great to see. Now, the only problem with these is, yes, they are almost all limited runs, and so finding them can be an issue. But I highly recommend, if you see one that you like as far as the design, you need to pick it up if you can. Because I'm telling you, if you haven't experienced a Custom Knife Factory knife, it is above and beyond a lot, okay? So, I mean, I've handled a bunch of knives, not near as many as some people, but the Custom Knife Factory knives that I have handled have just absolutely blown me away with their fit and finish, the way that they do things, the materials that they use. It is just amazing. So, guys, thank you for stopping by and checking this out with me. I will have Kyle Lanfear's channel down in the description below, as well as his Instagram. Definitely go check him out. The dude's hilarious. He is a 6'8" ginger beast of a man, and I love him dearly. So, guys, stay safe in this crazy world that we are living in, and we will see you in the next one.